Good afternoon, YouTube. Let me know you can hear me, please, from my beautiful posse on YouTube. If you can let me know you can hear me okay, that would be absolutely fabulous. I've had a few intermittent issues with Wi-Fi and stuff, so just do let me know that you can hear me okay. Also, if you can hear me on Facebook, FaceAche as I like to call it, please do let me know. My name is Lucy Davis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are here for Lucy Davis Live at 5 p.m. UK time. I'm in some funky place right now, right? It looks like I'm in some psychedelic mansion or something, the way that it looks behind me. But hello. I hope you are all well. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate it to see you. Just want to say hello to a few of you. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Charlotte. You great. Thank you. I feel a bit great, babe, actually, in all honesty. Thank you, Juanita. Happy Monday to you too, my sweetheart. Hayley Wells, my gorgeous girl. My new year, buddy. Can't wait to see you, my gorgeous girl. I was just about to say how funky. Yeah, absolutely, Lizzie. It's a pretty cool place, right? It's absolutely amazing. Hello from Chile, Idaho. Yes, I've been seeing your pictures. It looks like it's been snow heaven over there. Snow heaven for some. For me, I would be like, just put me in the sunshine. Please put me in the sunshine. Thank you, Rachel. I hope you're well, my gorgeous girl. Veronica, happy Monday to you too, sweetheart. I hope you are okay. Hayley's on a countdown. 19 days to go till New Year, or 19 days to go till you get to me. Which one is it, babe? Let me know. It's good to hear Facebook is working okay for you guys. Anyway, hi, Gina. Hope you're well. Thank you for your support recently, babe. I've seen your name popping up on everything. So thank you so much for all of your support. So I got a few little bits to talk to you about tonight before we step into. We're going to be looking at reflections, and a few of you have been asking, is your gorgeous man, is your new hunk going to be on tonight? And the answer is yes, ladies and gents. You are going to be introduced to the gorgeous hunk. That is Mr. D, which is weird because I'm Miss D. So he will be on in a little while, and I can see him sat in the studio right now, waiting with bated breath to come on and speak with us all, ladies and gents. So KJ, hi from England. I hope England is treating you as nicely as it's treating me right now, because for those of you that don't know, I am actually in England currently. Where am I? London. I think I'm in London. I'm not sure. I think I'm somewhere in London. I'm actually flying out on Wednesday, but the truth of the matter is I'm in England and I have been doing some really cool stuff. And I'm going to share a little bit about that shortly. So first and foremost, last Thursday, we have launched, we had a Soul School reunion and we have launched Soul School 4. If you missed the amazing launch call, you might want to go and watch it, because we did a really beautiful meditation at the beginning. I did a beautiful meditation at the beginning, which really helped people. People weren't expecting it or anything like that. So we did a beautiful meditation. So if I was you, I would go over to my website, which is www.lucydavis.com. Maybe Lizzie, I don't know if you could post it in here, babe. If you go /Soul School, all one word, on there you can go back and watch a bit from Soul School 1, a bit from Soul School 2, a bit from Soul School 3, but you can also go and watch the launch call that was last Thursday. All you need to do is basically sign up and it will just send you an email with the link attached to it, okay? And that is, so you can absolutely check in on all of that. You can also buy tickets. Thank you, Lizzie. You're amazing. I love you. You can keep flying your little Welsh flag, babe. So if you can, if you want to go over and watch that, if you want to go through the meditation, if you want to hear the ins and outs, we had some amazing testimonials shared. I decided to remove the written testimonials and just ask people if they would be willing to share on the call. And we had some amazing testimonials. And I just think it's so much more powerful. People were completely caught off the cuff. They were like, oh my God, that's really beautiful. And, every single one of the people that shared, it was so powerful. And I'll be honest with you, I got very emotional about it. And I haven't stopped being emotional ever since. Hey, Linz. Hey, Teresa. It's really important that we just come together, we just come together. And in all honesty, ladies and gents, the most important thing about Soul School is that it is a reunion of souls. You know, yes, there's some beautiful processes. Yes, there's some beautiful processing. Yes, there's all of this stuff that takes place. Hey, Laura, babes, I love you. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning, or I'll drop you a message early tomorrow, babe. Okay. Or maybe I'll even drop you a message after this week. I've got an hour between this call and the next call, so I'll do my best to remember. You know, Soul School was put on this planet to bring us back together. We've got so many different opinions, we've got so many different visions and values and all the rest of it going on, that sometimes we just need to bring a unionship together that is, you know, it's not about what you want or what I want, it's just about literally we just bring our hearts together and we can create. And this is the most beautiful thing that is being created or has been created through 2023. And of course, that's the discussion that we're going to be having today. Now I'm going to share a little story. In fact, before I do that, because I keep forgetting to do this and I keep being told off, Self-Love Club membership. So my extended program that is currently it's a 12-month program, but next year it is going to be a 9-month program. It's going to be starting in September. We have opened the wait list for it. It's really exciting. We've taken it from 12 months to 9 months. Hey Julia, hi Josephine. We've taken like, what I've basically done is I've created a program that is going to support all of us, and I've removed certain bits out. Now, normally this month of December, people get quite a nice time. You know, they have time to reflect and all this good stuff. Going forwards, obviously, that's not going to be the case because we have to, you know, we really, really have to get things done in a 9-month program. Now, why have I done that? Ladies and gents, with all honesty, I'm walking my talk, and I haven't been loving myself in the way that I need to, in the sense that for the last 4 years, every single week without fail, I've turned up to do a Self-Love Club call. You know, so I need to be taking a little bit of time back for myself, you know, creating all of the things that I encourage you guys to do. So I'm walking my talk, I'm living my truth. So if you are interested in joining that program, head over to the description field of this video. Likewise, you can click on the Soul School. Likewise, you can find me on any social media. All of the details are in the description field of this video. Now, before I let Mr. Dion, who sat there like, hello, you're going to bring me in? At any point, you're going to bring me in today? I just want to share one last thing. And that is about a massive part of healing that I have done this weekend. And you deserve time for you and your future husband. Yes, you're damn right, KJ. Thank you. I do. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Hi, you beautiful bunch of souls. Lucy, you look really gorgeous today. You do all the time, but extra today. Thanks, Kirst. And by the way, thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing. I know Morwenna has spoken to you now, so thank you so much. Yes, I do beautiful, beautiful work. And I'm very, very grateful that they picked me. So thank you for acknowledging that. Anyway, Kiki, lovely to meet you, Kiki Jane. I was just going to keep calling you KJ because my sister's initials are KJ. My older sister, she's KJ. So I often call her KJ, which is quite interesting. Anyway, thank you very much. Pink suits me. I think it's the colors of the whole room as well, right? It's just like complementing everything. Anyway, this weekend, I actually flew into England on Friday, and I was going to support my very, very, very good friend, Paul. Recently, I've been attending a lot of boxing with Paul, or I've attended a number of boxing shows with Paul. Why? Because I predicted 2 years ago that his life was going to change in a big way. And probably about 6 months ago, his life started changing in a massive way in regards to the level, the caliber of boxers, and the results that he was getting in his business. And it was everything that I predicted. And he's like, you've got to come and revel in some of this. So as some of you will know, I was in Wolverhampton a couple of weeks ago. He got European champion, British champion, all sorts of different things like that. Also at the same time in Manchester, he was getting a British championship and other European in other weights and stuff. So, you know, like, it's massive what is happening with people right now. And this was another big show. And I've actually, I was lucky enough to spend a little bit of time with the guy that was the top of the card on Friday just gone, and I wanted to support him. He's a wonderful guy called Elliot Whale, and you know, he's a real upcoming amazing fighter, and I just wanted to shout him out because he is such a sweetheart and such a beautiful family man and everything like that. So, you know, I made the commitment to fly over and spend this time with Paul, and interestingly enough, it was my mum's birthday, and really cool stuff happens on my mum's birthday for a reason. And if you're in conscious conversations, you're going to hear a little bit about that tonight. So 11/11, I love that, Gina. So that was on Friday. Now, I had a massive healing experience on Friday. I'm not going to go into it because it's a little bit personal, but I went on a massive healing experience on Friday. Again on Saturday. Like, Saturday was probably the most powerful day of my life so far. And that's probably quite a big statement for you guys to hear from me, because, you know, I've shifted energies. I've like created ripples. I've done all of this stuff. Yet on Saturday, there was a shift within myself and a creation of energy within myself and within, hi Colin, within the universe, within the energy fields, within everything that I've been doing. Like, literally, it changed my life. It's literally changed my life. I can't even say to you. And I'm going to be really blunt when I say I've never felt more safe in my life. And then what happened Saturday evening is I sat down and did exactly what we're going to be talking about this evening. So I looked at the pressures of 2023 and what has gone on and how I manifested this and how I've created it. And then I started creating my intentions for 2024, which is why I wanted to go on this subject today. And then yesterday came along. Now, yesterday was obviously the 10th of December. And interestingly enough, something that I don't very often speak about, my nan, who channeled my granddad, who gave me my awakening, her birthday was the 10th of December. So that's one connection. The second connection is it was on the 10th of December in 2016 that I last went to a place in London called Winter Wonderland. Some of you let me know in the chats if you've ever heard of it. If you live anywhere in the UK, then you would have heard about it. Now, I used to go for about 10 years. I used to go to Winter Wonderland with my best friend, James Thomas, every year. We'd go to Winter, like, he was there all the freaking time, like as soon as it opened, because he loved Christmas. I'm not so much, but I would go there one day with him during the Christmas period, and we would have the most beautiful, magical experience. But in 2016, some of you, if you've read my book, From Head to Heart, you will know that on November the 6th, 2016, my dad's birthday, James unfortunately had his life taken. You know, he had a really, really horrific, accident, complete freak accident, and he was taken from the planet. Now, what happened on the 10th of December in 2016 is I went to Winter Wonderland for what I promised would be the last time. And that was to raise a toast to my beautiful best friend. And I promised myself I would never go back to that place, ever. Wasn't interested in it. The memories that I had there were just the memories that I never wanted to experience that pain and that hurt again. And what's so beautiful, and I think this is a testament to the absolute amazing soul that I'm with, Jamie actually said to me, like, we need to go back there and rewrite this story loose. Like you hold space for other people to do, like, this is a time to rewrite that story, Lucy. And I promise you, I'm going to hold you, and I promise I'm going to support you. And I promise you, like, we don't need the pain around Christmas. Like, it's time to step forward. And I trust Jamie with my life. Like, you guys, I know I haven't spoken about him much, but over the time that we've been together, like, I cannot say to you, I've never trusted anybody in my life like I trust this person. And he did. He took me by the hand. He walked me into Winter Wonderland, and I was absolutely fine. And we were walking along, and then all of a sudden, like this, like, I could feel something within me going, oh my God, this is too much. And without me saying a freaking word, Jamie stopped me, pulled me in, and I probably sat there on his chest for about 5 minutes, just sobbing my fucking eyes out. And he held me, and he let me cry, and he let me process, and he grounded me, and he literally just supported whatever I needed to do. And that's why I wanted to share this journey with you guys, because yesterday, thankfully, I was able to do some of the most powerful healing work that I have been able to do for myself. Now, like I say, over the last few days, like, I cannot say to you the amount of healing work that has taken place. Like, literally, it's changed my world. It's changed Jamie's world. It's changed our future worlds. It's like, literally, it's changed all of your worlds. I don't know if you've got the memos yet through the ley lines and stuff, but trust me, it's coming if you haven't already. And it was amazing to do this. And ladies and gents, I just want to remind you guys that we're all holding on to trauma, myself included. You know, I'm very open about this. And sometimes not sometimes, like now is the time to be going to reset those old memories. And like Cherie has just put in the chat, what a beautiful walkthrough of the past with your wonderful new future. Exactly. And this is what we came here to do. We can have literally the same things, like literally be mirroring something, but it's a very different outcome. And that's why today I wanted to speak about the 2023 pressures, because every single one of us have had pressures. Every single one of us have had things that have gone on, and we're gonna put that, like, I want you guys to talk with us today as we're doing this. I want you guys to contribute in the chat. And I don't want to be like, I'm so sick or I'm so tired. I don't want any of that nonsense today. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, I don't want any of that nonsense. This is the pressures that we've experienced this year. But then what we're going to do is we're going to look at why that pressure had to be applied. Now, as you guys know, the only way to create a diamond is via the pressure. So we're not going to step into victim today, or the woe is me or the poor me mentality. We're going to be looking at this from a really beautiful level of consciousness, whereby no matter whether it was a month ago, a week ago, or at the start of January 2023, like whatever shit went on in your life, ladies and gents, like we are showing you, we are going to show you, we're going to lead you on a path that is going to help you guys realize that the pressure from this year is going to be your diamond for next year. Might even be your diamond. I mean, for God's sake, my diamond's arrived. Like, I've surrendered. My freaking diamond has arrived, ladies and gents. I've made no secret of that. You know, anybody that's around me, they know exactly how I feel. Like, my diamond has arrived, and you guys know the pressure that I had to go through. So as it's just ticked over to 1111, I'm going to ask the gorgeous man that is my hunk, as somebody called him, to come in and join me.
How are we doing? I was just passing, honestly. I thought I'd pop in, say hello, have a chat. How are we all?
Ladies and gents, Mr. Denya.
That's me. That's me. Lucy's been doing this cool stuff, like she said. I am the cool stuff. I was the one whose chest got very, very wet in Winter Wonderland. I'm the one that's been holding space. I am indeed the diamond. Absolutely. Hey, babe. Hello, Bubba.
Hello. I like that. I am the diamond, and he is the diamond. So, ladies and gents, I know that this is the first time that you've seen Jamie and I together as a couple, but some of you will have seen that we did a video back in July or August time. That was the first time that we let eyes clap on each other, and then basically it's not hard on the eyes, just saying saying you're handsome. He's in my phone as handsome.
Listen, it's good light. It's good light, and that's all it is.
Literally, I say to him all the time, all right, handsome, all right, handsome. He is. He's amazing and such a gent on every level. So I just want you guys to know it's not just the way he looks. That's absolutely gorgeous. You know, he's just absolutely amazing. Aren't you, babe?
Yeah, I have my moments.
So we did our first video back in July, like I think it was late July, early August of this year. And when we had this powerful conversation, didn't we? We were talking about the rise of the divine masculine. It was very emotional. It was very beautiful. In fact, you share from your perspective, babe.
Yeah, well, I was a very dear friend of mine, Wendy. I was recommended to go on to Lucy's show because of the topic in which she was speaking about. So I went on. I gave my perspective because it was all about the divine feminine and masculine kind of energy. So there was two guys, two women, Lucy, Wendy, me, and a guy called Will. And yeah, you know, it was a powerful conversation. But what came up during that conversation is Lucy then said, well, Jamie, look, I would like to explore that further. And can we do another video kind of after this? And when we done that second video, that's when some real powerful stuff kind of came about, because she learned more about my story. The people that were listening learned more about my story and why I do what it is that I do and for the reasons in which I do it. And my nephew and my sister are massive, massive parts of my life. And, you know, what happened to them has kind of propelled me to do what it is that I do in the places in which I do them. But there were moments where, you know, Lucy being as she is and doing what she does and connected as she is, you know, when she said, like, I've just got the feeling of your sister's just come in. That's when I went. That's when I was gone. And, you know, it kind of just cemented the fact that Lucy is just unbelievably special. She's just like very, very unique. When you say someone is kind of extraordinary, it doesn't do this girl justice. Do you know what I mean? It's totally off the scale. But then there were people that were saying, oh, because of what Jamie does and what he's speaking about, we would love him to speak at Soul School. So anyway, me and Lucy kept in contact on that kind of subject alone. But it was then after that kind of things in an instant. And this is something that I really want to get across to people as well, is no matter where you are now, no matter what kind of situation or circumstance you're in, your diamond, whatever that may be, a person, a situation, circumstance, you as a person, it's not far away. It can happen kind of almost instantly. And that's what happened with myself. That's what happened with us when we met up to speak about Soul School. And it was after that meeting, a 3.5-hour chat, which I or Lucy didn't want to end, by the way, that I knew my life had changed. I knew that things would never ever be the same. Did I think in any shape, way or form, or on any level, did I think it was going to change in the way in which it did? No, I could never, ever have predicted. And where we've been in the time that we've been together, if we was to put it up against anyone else and say, listen, what was your kind of first weeks of your relationship like? It'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, it was this, and we planned to meet up, and we had a couple of coffees, and we went on a couple of romantic walks, and we had a couple of dates and stuff. With us, it'd be like, right, sit down, strap yourself in, listen to this, because this one is going to rattle your feelings. Like, this one is going to make your toes curl. Serious. Massive, massive journey. I wouldn't have expected anything less. But I've been thrown into a beautiful, beautiful world, and I've accepted it with open arms. And it's shown me my purpose. It's shown me who I am at my core, and it's showing me how to become a diamond. And it's not just the pressures. What people have to understand is that a diamond, that's a it's a black rock, and it starts its life underground in the dark. So it's dug out of the dark, then severe pressure is applied to take away all the loose debris, then severe heat is applied to flush out all the impurities and toxins, and then it's cut into shape, and then that's when it becomes a diamond. So if in life you feel like you're in the dark at the moment, or you're in the fire, you're being refined, or you know, the pressure is upon you, or indeed, you know, you're being cut, it's all a process to becoming a diamond. It's not comfortable, but the end result is so, so valuable.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't listen to a lot of that, babe, and that's not me being rude. Some of you guys know that some guy called Brad has just been being very abusive in the chat. So I've had to be working to try and block him on Facebook, because and it's very difficult to do it on the phone. I need to do it on the laptop, but of course we're on my laptop, so it's a little bit difficult.
But can we just hold like a bit of space for Brad? Can we kind of listen to you?
Send him some love
for whatever
really
Brad is going through. Do you know what I mean? Just be thankful that we're not going through it. Listen, he's still in the dark, that black rock, but we're on our way to becoming diamonds. So
exactly.
Listen, nothing but love to you, Brad.
I love the way that you say that. You know, at the end of the day, what we need to be recognizing is that this triggers a lot of people. Okay, like literally triggers a lot of people, and it's going to continue to trigger a lot of people. But we're good with that, babe, aren't we?
Absolutely. This people have to understand kind of what they're dealing with. To kind of absolute master communicators, like this is something that's been going on since the first day, since when I myself, and then Lucy has admitted as well that she knew things are a bit different. Like things aren't going to be the same around here, right? So it was like then that we have communicated through some incredible times, some challenging issues. Like listen, and this all will come out, and we'll use this as an example kind of further on down the line to show you what what is capable and what you are capable of. But yeah, a lot of people, you know, they're kind of afraid of this, and like
Yeah.
my beautiful Wanderess has said, it triggers some people. But
yeah, and that's the thing, guys. Like, as much as I don't want Brad commenting on, like, you know, apparently we're both transvestites, like, or something like
I don't do that
I mean,
anymore.
it's the funniest thing ever. But you know what? I'm not prepared to just hide something. Like, I want to acknowledge it, you know. None of us know what's going on in anybody else's lives. And I really think that we need to become much more respectful of this. You know, like you know, just even going back to when us two met, right? Like, it's fascinating that, you know, I'd come out of quite a toxic situation, let's be real about it. And I met Jamie, and I actually went to one of my best friends, and I was like, oh, this guy, like this guy, but it was way too soon. It was way too soon. I'm sat on pillows, by the way, so that I don't look such a short ass, by the way, guys. So, you know, I went to one of my best friends, and I just said to her, like, oh my goodness, this guy. But it was way too soon for me. You know, I was still hurting, and I just assumed that he was in a relationship, because I mean, look, he's gorgeous on every level. And so, you know, but I literally threw this comment out. And for those of you that come to Soul School, and you know that I help you throw things out into the quantum field and stuff, like, that's literally what I did. I said, oh my God, this guy, like, find me one of him. And I threw it out to the quantum field, never thought about it again, like literally never thought about it again. We did a second video, didn't we? Which I heard you talking about the fact that I channeled your sister and that kind of stuff.
And by the way, this is the stuff that I was saying that you weren't listening to. So you might have heard this before. But yeah, it was the second video, my darling, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, no, that's what I said. I remember hearing you say something about your sister, but then something shifted between us at that point, wasn't it? But it was still very early on. And like, you guys know, I don't pursue a man. So it was over to him to pursue me, right?
Over to me.
And then we had a little bit of yeah, I know I should be sat on Jamie's knee, shouldn't I? I do enough for that, though.
Jamie's knee, not good.
So basically, you know, I again, like, we had a little bit of a text conversation, and we didn't even flirt, did we? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, he just appeared. And that was like, literally, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was done. It was over.
And the moment when it changed is when Lucy was just doing what it is that she does, turning up all the time, like stepping up to the plate, helping people on a daily, you know, living what her truth, like talking her walk. And she was doing a live, and she said a comment about somebody, you know, that she would love. You know, it was all about the kind of man, you know, the kind of relationship that she wants. And then it was all about, right, okay, I want somebody.
He was like,
and I was like, right, hold on, this could be the moment. And I was like, right, I heard her say, right, I want to be able to lay on a beach with somebody with a bonfire, looking at the stars. And I'm like, that's my moment. This is the shot to be shot. I can shoot my shot. And I literally, right, I didn't ask. I said, when are we going to lay on a beach beside a bonfire looking at the stars?
He did.
When are we going to do this? And it kind of threw her back a little bit, but it was like, you know, and there might be a lot of people think, damn, that's all I had to do. That's all I had to do was get on one of her lives and say this stuff. Like, man, I missed out. But no, listen, with the energy that was connected to it, the intention and the meaning, and what people have to understand is there are things that are meant to be. Me and this girl, absolutely meant to be, written in the stars. And I know a lot of people can say that based off of emotion, you know, in the early stages, you have no idea of the journey that we've got, no idea. Book 4 is going to be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for that. So yeah, and it was a case of, right, from then on, okay, things the deal had been struck, the wheels were in motion, and then of course what followed has just been exquisite.
Aww. I just want to sit and listen to you talk about us. Literally, I'm like, just talk about us. This just makes it so beautiful. Like, I just love hearing it. Honestly, I could just listen to it all day. Thank you. I love it. I love it so much.
Welcome, Baba.
Okay, so basically, you know, I just want to make it really easy. Lucy's world is always a journey. There you go, babe. This is Christina. This is the one that picked me up off the floor. He's heard a lot about Christina.
I would like to thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you did. And just know that you've been a part of this amazing journey, because what you have to understand is when beautiful things happen, you have to trace it back to other things that happened that made it possible. And you've got to look at things, in the past, but don't dwell in the past, but look at things in the past, look what benefited you, look what helped you, be grateful for it, that allowed you to be in some kind of position. Because if you weren't there to pick her up and to bring her back, then she may not have been in a position for me that when I shot my shot, that she might not have received it in the way in which it was, and I might not be sitting here now. So thank you so much.
I'm so grateful to you as well, babe, because I know what you had to witness. You are one of the only people around the world that knows how deep that went and the kind of stuff that I was going through. And Christina, honestly, without you, my girl, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be able to receive this. So yeah, we are so grateful, and your paths will cross really freaking soon. Thanks for making me cry, babe.
That was a beautiful.
This is the perfect topic of discussion, especially after our call, feeling the love from both of you. This is why I said you need to come and hang out with us for a couple of days, Kasha, because I think you'll probably get everything that we spoke about earlier today. Jamie, when you shot your shot, what was Lucy's reply? Bloody good question, John.
Yeah, she kind of took it kind of as a bit of a matter of fact. It weren't as if it was like, oh, Mr. Denyer, we're going to do it on this date at this time. But what it did was it planted a seed. I think it was one of them that she kind of laughed it off. Oh yeah, is that so, and stuff like oh you think that's going to happen, do you? Ha ha ha. Something along those lines. I don't know the exact words, but it wasn't taken,
I didn't literally. Just jump on in.
not 2 feet. No.
But I'll be honest with you. I actually thought he had a girlfriend. So I was a bit like, what are you doing? Flirting with me? Like openly flirting with me as well. But obviously very quickly I found out that he didn't have a girlfriend. And that actually it was just divine timing and divine alignment. But, it all sounds like it's been really easy, and it has to a point, babe, hasn't it?
It's been the easiest thing to fall in love with this guy. It's been the easiest thing to hold space, to communicate, for a beautiful thing. But I need you to understand that when something is on this level, when something is on when something is of this caliber, you have to understand that the challenges that come, the topics of conversation that come up, it's of a higher caliber as well. And the challenges, absolutely, are more severe, but the rewards are much more as well. If you're prepared to communicate, if you're prepared to compromise, if you're prepared to see the other person's point of view, if you're prepared, then the rewards will be so valuable. And it goes back to the valuable diamonds. That's a diamond in which you're going to get. So yeah, the challenges have been hard, babe. But
look at what Christina's just put.
What's she put? Where? Oh my word! You are so meant to be. You are so true. You are so true. You are correct. You're properly correct.
So where I wanted to go with that is it's not easy. Like Jamie lives in a completely different country to me. Like we don't want you guys to think, oh, this is just so easy. Like it isn't, but we've made it work, haven't we? Like we've literally done whatever it takes, because for the first time in my life, like I knew, and I've said to all of my friends, I've said it to my mum, I've said it to my dad, like, I don't know how I know, but like, I know. And a lot of people that I've said that to, they're just like, but how? And I'm like, I don't know. I look at this man and I just know. And it's, I never, ever would have said this publicly from that much of a certainty. Some of the things that we've spoken about, just what you were saying, it's been wild, and when we look back over 2023, it's not been easy for either of us, has it? Obviously separately, we literally have been living these really interesting lives separately. And when we've come together and spoken about it, like, we're like, Oh, that's why we had to go through this. Oh, why? Ah, and that's just the way it's been, babe, hasn't it?
And there's been so many people just want the answers straight away, and they want like the meaning, they want guarantees, they want all this. But you know, there was a word that Lucy said, and there's like words on the comments as well. People have to work for it, and that word, it really does scare a lot of people, the word work. And it's like, you know, they want things to come easily. In some ways, yeah, absolutely, because there's this beautiful Buddhist quote that says that your soulmate, they won't make you go weak at the knees, they won't make you heart race, they won't make your hands go clammy and you feel kind of you know, sweaty and overwhelmed. Your soulmate will put you at ease. Your soulmate will make you feel calm. Your soulmate will make you feel safe. And that's what I've felt. I have never, ever, ever felt the safety that I have with this guy. I've never felt the comfort. I've never felt the understanding. I've never felt the compassion. I've never felt the affection. When you're in a public place, right? And even when and it feels like that you two are the only ones that are there, you know that it's real, you know that it's meant to be. And there have been times, especially over this weekend, that we've been surrounded by so many people in a very, very busy place, and people supposedly they love each other, they're obviously together. The first thing that they do when they sit down is get their phone out. The first thing they do is they will just literally sit across from each other. Families are doing it. Lucy and I, man, that's all we do is talk. We look at each other in the eye. There's nothing that we've needed. Like, we haven't had to have a radio on. We haven't had to have a TV on. We haven't had to have anything. Like the conversation there, just getting to know each other on like an amazing emotional level, and kind of finding out about each other, never judging each other on our past, you know, because it's all about, you know, the present that's here right now. The past has made you who you are. And if it's good, yeah, amazing, embrace it. But if it's something that is bad, then of course, listen, it's up to you to heal it. And what's that going to take? It's going to take work, but it is going to be that diamond result. Like, man, I've got the most beautiful diamond that there is. Like, that's what do I need to do now? Like, that's me, I'm good. But you know what? It's something that I knew that I deserved. I came to a point in 2023 where I was like, listen, all the other stuff just wasn't working. Like, the other people wasn't. There was a reason why the other people weren't working. There was a reason why I felt misunderstood when I wanted to communicate, when I wanted to talk about things, but people were getting defensive and throwing it back at me. Listen, you can't be able to fool this girl here. You can't. And it's like, unless you're authentic, or unless you're upfront, unless you're transparent, unless you're the real deal, then of course you're going to be, you're going to be found out. So the reassurance and the amount of weight that came off of my shoulders when I knew that I was with a person that I'm on a proper level with, and the level is high, I all of a sudden gave myself credit. And it's like, yeah, it's not just what I wanted. I haven't got what I've just wanted, where all these boxes were ticked. I said, if I could like write a list, tick them all off, blah, 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 blah. I also there was like all these boxes beneath that I didn't even know existed. And that's all what I needed from Lucy. So she's given me everything that I want, everything that I've wanted in a person, but she's also given me everything that is needed. And don't think that doesn't come without a challenge. Like, if there's people that have in the past that wanted to be with this girl, or have been with this girl, listen, you've got to understand the levels that you've got to come up to. You've got to understand the levels, like the caliber of person that you have to be, and not just show it for a little while. You have to be consistent. Like, don't go thinking that this is easy. It's the most beautiful, divine thing that I've ever known. But don't go thinking that there's no work involved. If you want the best, if you want the most valuable diamond, then you as a person, you've got to put in the work. And it's the most beautiful work that I've ever known. It's not work to me. I'm doing it with a smile on my face. So yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
My heart is just constantly just like bobbing.
Hey, Baba.
Thank you.
Must be
compose yourself, Lucy.
Properly love you, Davis. Properly love you, Davis.
Didn't expect it to go this way tonight. We were just supposed to be talking about 2023 and
I know,
2024.
right? But listen, it's going to go wherever it's going to go, and for whatever. And as you know, coming back onto topic, you know, it's all I can say is that how my 2023 started, how my 2023 has now ended. Please take that as hope. Please take that in whatever shape, way, or form. Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna, you know, it's going to be your absolute soulmate, your twin flame, whatever the person that's meant to be. You know, it can be a situation or circumstance that you're in at this time that you do feel in the dark, you do feel like you're under pressure, you do feel like you're in the fire being refined, and you do feel like that you're, you know, you're being cut. All the processes of becoming a diamond. But, you know, wherever you are at the moment, please don't let it define you as a person. Please don't let it keep you where you are. You know, how things start is not how things can finish. My 2023, hard. I went through some battles. I went through some challenges, different to Lucy, but challenges nonetheless.
But let's talk about a little bit of that, babe, because, you know, very publicly, people saw me crumble this year. You know, in April, I was literally on my knees. Christina had to literally pick me up off the floor, which I know you're very aware of. But let's like look at the other side of it with you, because obviously you had challenges this year that made you go through processes and things. And like, what's really fascinating is that we were both going through these processes at exactly the same time, until we were both ready to be strong enough and recognize what it was that we deserved. And I didn't think that emotionally intelligent men like this existed. Like, I really hoped, but you guys see, like, this is my diamond. I'm never letting him go. Thankfully, he doesn't want to. He's already told me the date we're getting married. So, so like, I'm good with that. Like, I'm really good with that. But I didn't realize people like this existed. Like, literally, I didn't. And so, ladies and gents, whatever you've got in your mind's eye, whatever you truly believe is what you deserve. Like, you're going to get it. But I had to dance in hell this year to be able to make decisions. So I had to step away to find what it was that I deserved. Look.
Brilliant, maid of honor.
Can't wait for the party. Here we go. The word marriage has been spoken about. He speaks about it all the time. It's so beautiful. Like, literally having a man that is just so like, this is what's happening. Guys, honestly, you're going to see such a different version of me. And so freaking, I just love listening to you talk and listening to you share. And I just love it so much. Anyway, so.
Yeah, 2023, my baby, started off very, you know, challenging for me towards like the start of the year, where I was faced with kind of moving for the fourth time in 4 years, through, you know, for various reasons. But, you know, I was facing being homeless. And, you know, when you're a dad of two beautiful girls and with them, you know, what that done to me as a man. You know what, it's you know, it took away a lot of my integrity. It took away a lot of my value and my worth. And I just had to kind of keep on practicing what I preached when I go into these schools and colleges and, you know, young offender institutes and universities and stuff. And I had to keep going, and I did. And, you know, things, you know, slowly kind of worked out. But there was loads of challenges that come with that. So my value and my worth took a massive battering this year. And it's now that only when I've kind of started to get back to some kind of form of my old self and see my value and my worth and start giving myself some credit, where I'm thinking to myself, listen, there's loads of these challenges that you've been through, James, that would have taken a lot of people down, that would have taken a lot of people under, you know, they would have. And yet you're still stood, like you're still here and you're still pushing forward. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's one of them things that you start to believe in yourself to a certain degree. You start to value yourself to a certain degree. And then amazing things can happen and wonderful things can happen. And that amazing and wonderful thing did happen when I put a comment on a Instagram live one day. And then all of a sudden, I know that I'm going to reach my full potential, because I've got the best partner that you could ever imagine, but I've also got the best accountability partner that you could ever imagine, not just on kind of different levels, but on a spiritual level, on a relationship level, on a communication level. Listen, it's all amazing. and I've got the best of the best. And I keep telling her, babes, you're not just the best, you are the best of the best. So you have to understand how grateful I am for you, how much I appreciate you. You're my queen, and that will forever be. But you know, look, we're never ever going to be in front or under, or listen, we're always going to be side by side with this. And with the things that we've done in a very short space of time, we've set the standard. And I've said to her, babe, listen, for whatever it is that we do, for whatever it is that we go through, we have to maintain our standard. Look at the things that we've spoken about. Look at the things that we've brought up in conversations. Look at how like decisions that have been made, and we've got through it, and we've literally knocked it out of the park. And that's something that we can't let slip. So we have to remind ourselves. And when you've got, you know, I can be an accountability partner as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just some sack of potatoes. Do you know what I mean? I will say to people, you know, I will say to Lucy, sorry, that look, babes, like, we do need to keep our standards. And listen, there are times where I do have to put my size 10 down. I do have to put my size 10 down, and I do have to kind of, you know,
from time to time, she needs to be picked up and put in her place, apparently.
Yes. Literally picked up like a little koala bear and told.
That happened yesterday.
Told stuff. Because if her feet are on the floor, then she's a little force of nature, and it's like she had to be scooped up like a little koala bear, and she had to be spoken to. She had to be told. But again, it was a beautiful conversation.
We both just ended up laughing our heads off, didn't we?
This is something that we have done over the last 6 weeks. Is a giggle, is laugh, is we've, like, the magic is alive and well in so many different things and in so many different ways. It's just exquisite. It's just incredible.
So I've noticed a few comments going on in the chat. So I want to go to a few of them. I'll kind of want to, you know, call this in. A lot of you ladies out there are saying, oh my God, do other men like Jamie exist? Yes. But ask yourself the question, are you being the woman that is there to be able to actually have this level of emotional intelligence? Now, the reason I'm saying this, ladies and gents, is I very vulnerably shared with you over the weekend, didn't I? I said to him, God, do you know what, Jamie, this is going to sound really weird. And he was like, what, babe? What, you know, what's going on? And I said to him, do you want water?
No, I'm all right with my berry tea.
Basically, I said to him, if I had met you 12 months ago, I wouldn't have been ready to receive the love that you give me. And this is me. This is Little Miss Love. Like, I have to be honest with myself. And this is why I'm asking you ladies, because it's mainly the women that ask, do other men like this exist? Like, how do we find these men? You find it by becoming it. Like, you find it by becoming it. If you do not believe that you deserve it, you won't get it. If you settle for something, then you won't get it. So you need to have values. You need to have beliefs. You need to have standards. And no matter what, you need to sit there and be like, you know what? I'm going to welcome these people into my life. But as soon as I know that they're not right for me, I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to ignore the red flags. And I have never felt more safe in my life with this man. And the only reason that is...
Just making sure.
The only reason that is because I was in a relationship that I proved to myself that actually I needed more love. But if I had had this man this time last year, I wouldn't have been able to receive it. So at some point, you've got to take ownership for this for yourself. Danny is single, Charlene. Danny is single.
Go on,
so
Dan.
Danny, message Charlene. You guys freaking get acquainted. Like, I am going to be setting up a bloody dating agency, aren't we?
It's happening.
We. So there are amazing men. So ladies and gents, first and foremost, like, we have amazing men come to Soul School. like really amazing men that are single, like men that are literally willing to involve themselves in this process because they are literally ready to meet their queen. Now, Jamie and I are slightly different. I basically, like, we were together before Soul School, and I just said to him, babe, I need you to come to Soul School to really get what I do, because in my mind I was like, this could be a deal breaker. And this man came to Soul School and he went through everything. He cried with everybody. He danced with everybody. He like, and I was like,
I hugged.
I
with
literally
everybody.
was like, oh shit, this is my man. This is it. Like, I don't need to look any further. This is the man. This is what I've been looking for. Jamie's about 18 months older than me, aren't you?
Round about
18 months, 2 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know a couple of you were asking that, you know, but literally as soon as I knew that he got what I did, yeah, Lucy Denyer dating agency. She's already got us married off.
No, Juicy. That's Jamie and Lucy together.
Apparently Juicy is what Lizzie has called us. We're Juicy. That's our pet name. Bit of Jamie, bit of Lucy, and Juicy. I love it. So, you know, but ladies and gents, we need to take ownership for it. We have to take ownership for it. I was not ready for him, which is why last November, last October, last September, whatever, he didn't present himself to me. It was, I'm going to give you this relationship so that you then can recognize what it is that you are going to lean into. And then what you're going to do is when the one, and he is the one, turns up, you're just gonna know. And my God, it's not easy living in two separate countries, let me tell you straight. You know, like as Jamie said earlier, you did mention your children, right? Yeah. He mentioned earlier, you did mention your children, right? Yeah. So he's mentioned he's got 2 daughters. So I was like, you did mention that, right? You know, like so it's not easy. It's not easy for us to just be here or like whatever, but we know it's it.
And a massive thing that Lucy kind of alluded to is, yeah, you know, listen, you all want something, but how are you going to react to an emotionally, like, because I'm speaking from a man's perspective. Like, if there's a man that wants to communicate with you, are you going to get defensive and are you going to shut down? Are you going to hear him? Are you going to like let him get off his chest? You know, are you going to know when he hasn't got a lot in the tank? Because even over a weekend, there has been 2 separate situations where she took the 80% because I only had 20. And then on another day, I took the 80 because she only had 20. Are you prepared to do that? Or are you just an 80% taker? Are you someone that will want the 80%? Or are you someone that is willing to give it as well? But when there's a man stood in front of you saying, listen, I don't think that's right, or I want to talk about this, and can you see that I'm having a bad day? Can you see that as a man, where like the world's problems and the world's weight can be on my shoulders sometimes? Can you show me a bit of compassion? Can you show me inner standing? Can you show me you know the affection that's needed? Yeah, absolutely. Like, can you build your man up to feel like a king, to then be felt like a queen? And it can be like the smallest things. When was the last time you sent your man like a text message at work, just saying, do you know what, I've been thinking about you and it's been a beautiful thing. Like, you've been on my mind. Listen, you've do you know what, I look at you and I still love you, like, because this is something that I say, like, I'm not just in love with Lucy. I don't just love Lucy, like, I probably fancy her. Do you know what I mean? It's like the old school, like, I probably fancy you. Do you know what I mean? If I saw you from across the room, like, you're going to be the one that I'm drawn to. You're going to be the one that I'm coming over, not just because you're it, you know, your energy, you know, your looks, your vibe. But yeah, when was the last time you done the little things that made a man feel like a king, to then in return that will make you feel like a queen? It's not rocket science. Men are quite easily pleased. They're very easily pleased. And if they get one little text message during the day, they're like that. They feel like Superman, like they're going to wear a cape and they're going to start wearing their pants outside their trousers, and they're going to come home like a superhero. Do you know what I mean? So Like, are you prepared to do that? There's so much more that can be said and will be said, because I'm sure that we're going to do another video.
Well, this hasn't really stuck to the bloody subject, has it?
Yeah, you know.
But I just want to share, like, so we've spoken a little bit about the pressures. Let's talk about what are like the diamonds. So Jamie and I actually sat down on Saturday night. Interestingly enough, like, we had the most magical day. Like I say, we did some beautiful energy work. Well, he held space for me to do some beautiful energy work, and bless him, he just put up with it all. He was amazing. And then we sat down at the end of the day, and I actually predicted a couple of weeks ago that we were going to do this. And I was like, right, we're going to sit down and go through the beautiful experience. And we did that on Saturday, and we laid out everything. We laid out everything that was intended for the future. You know, we laid out everything that, you know, we both wanted individually, first and foremost, which was the most important thing, right? And then how did we put, like, what we did, we kind of pulled it together. And yeah, thank you for your insight and wisdom from a man's perspective. I needed to hear this. Lucy and I spoke about this earlier. It's lovely to hear it from a man. I thought it would be very, very, very important for you to hear from Jamie. Obviously, I didn't know the way our conversation was going to go earlier, but it benefits so many people hearing from a man's perspective. And so many, like I said earlier, so many women out there are saying, yeah, but I can't find one like that. Are you really being the woman that is able to have a man that is so emotionally intelligent? Like, it's weird. Don't really want a guy wearing his pants outside of his trousers. I'd see that as exactly.
Yeah, I'm not speaking literally, but that's how he's going to feel. He's going to feel like a superhero. And no, like, I'm just going to throw this in as well as like a little bit of a off the cuff comment. Don't go putting energies and asking questions about the past, be that a situation, a circumstance, or even a person. It doesn't matter about the past. It's all about the present and the future. You don't need to know about a particular person, a situation, or circumstance. Just concentrate on the here and now. It doesn't matter what's gone on. Doesn't matter what's gone on. Doesn't matter what's happened. It's what's happening now.
That's a question for you, babe. How do I find a Lucy out there?
Right. This is a bit of a sticky one, because from my point of view, listen, I know we're all unique, right? I know we're all unique. And what you have to understand is when a diamond is cut, it's cut the tiniest little differences. So whenever a diamond is cut, every diamond is literally different. And that's like us. Listen, we're all of the same race, but some of us are. But it's listen, some people are very, very different. What you have to understand is when I say that there's only one of us and we're very unique, yeah, that goes to a level, but then you're dealing with another level completely, totally and utterly. So I don't know how you can get this, because this is one-off. It was, the mold was broken. It was just a one-off limited edition. Done and dusted.
Smash the love heart if you're on Facebook, because I can't. I want to smash the love heart if you're on it. If you're on YouTube,
if you want someone that's in alignment with you, listen.
Which is the point I think Peter's trying to make, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Stick to your truth, right? If you know something to be true about yourself, if you know you're doing it in the right way for the right reasons, with all the best intentions, and you know that it's coming from a place of kindness, it's coming from a place of love. If anyone that's repelled by that, they're good to go, and they need to go, and don't worry about them going.
Excuse me. But
you have to keep on showing that true, because to get the one that's in alignment with you, if you switch off and you don't show your true self, if you don't show who you are and what you're capable of and what your truths are and what you stand by and what you believe in, then you're never going to find the aligned one. They're not just going to pop up, and they're not just going to kind of be drawn to you by you not being the best version of yourself.
Can I add a bit? Do you mind?
Absolutely, sweetheart. The floor is yours.
Because like, I like what you're saying, but I just want to kind of bring it back a little bit as well. Like, Peter, you need to be your best version. When you are authentic, like Jamie's saying, and you know what you are and who you are, your perfect person will show themselves, will present themselves. And Danny, I love what you've put here. I find when you open your heart to a woman and be true to yourself, they get scared and run. Absolutely, babe. Now, the reason I just wanted to like include this a little bit with Peter and his comment is, from my perspective, when I was not healed, if I had this love 12 months ago, like 14 months ago, I would have run. I was not ready for somebody to be like, this is my woman, this is who I'm marrying. Like, I just wasn't, I wasn't. But I went through a painful situation so that I went, hang on a minute, like, I actually want this. I want the emotional availability. I want the emotional intelligence. And that's why they've given me the most. Like, he makes me up my game every single day. Like, not that there's a game, but you know what I mean. It's a figure of speech every day. You know, like yesterday, literally, I was being a bit cheeky about something, and he picked me up off the floor so that I'm because I'm a little bit of a pocket rocket. He picked me up off the floor, and he's just like, I'm not going to put you back down until you got your sassy pants off. Do you get what I mean? Because it's like, and so I softened back into being my feminine. So, Danny, what I want to say to you, mate, is like, first and foremost, look at the women that you're looking for. Like, are they really ready to be loved in the way that you are willing to love? You know, I am the queen of self-love. I am the queen of love. You guys have heard me talking about it for 10 years. Yet I wasn't ready until the right person presented themselves. Now, I was single for 6 years, so not quite 16, Danny, but I was single for 6 years before my last relationship, you know, that broke down in April. And you know what? Like, I was so hurt at that point, but I know that it had, bless him, he had to make way for my king, my one, the one to come through. There's no judgment for that. It's about staying open, staying vulnerable. It's about really, really owning who you are and embracing who you are and embracing your healing journey, ladies and gents. None of us are healed. My God, we've been on a wild roller coaster this weekend, haven't we? Like, literally, I was sobbing in the middle of Winter Wonderland. Jamie's holding me on for dear life. He went to let go of me and I clung on like a little koala bear. And then the next thing I hear is some kid walking past going, ugh, gross, because we're just in this beautiful, loving embrace as far as anybody else is concerned. You get what I mean? But I still, just because I trusted, I knew that he had my back, you know, and this is what we're here to do. So, ladies and gents, I know that there is so many other comments that you guys have got to ask, and we'll do a really beautiful one maybe in the new year.
Absolutely,
we'll talk about
absolutely, yeah, without a shadow of a
and
doubt. Just very, very quickly, Pete. Like Peter Ellsworth. Listen, what we thought back then and what we thought, you know, back in the past. Listen, there's a reason why things haven't worked out, but I don't want you to lose hope. I don't want you to lose faith, because no matter what we go through with whoever we go through, and however heartbroken we are at the time, and however kind of destroyed we are at the time, there will come a time where somebody comes along and you forget about everything, and then you think that everything that you've ever been through was worth it. I would go through everything again. Like I said, that I waited 46 years, 1 month, 3 days for this girl. Every single second was worth the wait. So
patience.
Listen, yeah, that's what the universe was teaching me, obviously. But listen, amazing things are worth waiting for. So I don't want you to lose hope, my man. Just keep on pushing.
Yeah, any experiences that you call in, ladies and gents, we got to take ownership for it. I called in my last relationship. I've called in every relationship before. I've called in every experience with my health. Like, you guys have called in these experiences. So when we step into the victim mode and go, oh my gosh, but like, we're not getting the healing journey. So own it. Like, what was it? Why did you need to be controlled? Why did you need to be with somebody who couldn't speak the truth? Why did you need to be with somebody who was a wolf in sheep's clothing? Like, why did you need to do these things? So please, please, please hold the faith, guys. If there is one thing, like, this is so worth waiting for, ladies and gents. This is just amazing. This is something that everybody should experience in their life. And I'm sorry to those of you who have loved and lost. I'm sorry for those of you that are still caught up in that situation. My best bit of advice to you is do exactly what I did in April. Disappear. Go and cry. Get it all out, journal it, write it, do whatever you need to do, and then come back when you are ready. He does look good for 46.
You're my new best mate.
He does look good for 46, but he is 46. Bless him. He really is. So yeah, this is it, guys. You know, like every pressure that you've had. And in fact, I'm going to set you guys a bit of a task. Go and look back at all of the pressure points from 2023, because this is what we did on Saturday. Right? Please go and look at your pressure points of 2023 and now look at how we are going to turn that into our diamond situation of 2024. This is like, you're going to see so much more of this gorgeous man, because for me personally, like, this is my future. Like, I've told my mum, I've told my dad, I've told my little sisters, I've told all of my closest people. I wanted to make sure that we had both done that respectively before obviously we kind of went public and everything about, or not public, you know what I mean? Like, I actually introduced, because I told you guys after the last one, the next man that you meet will be literally as I'm walking down the aisle, but we couldn't hold it that long, could we?
Impossible.
Absolutely
you
possible.
You can't hold on to this.
No.
It needs to be shown. It needs to be celebrated, honestly. And that's all we want to do though, Boo, and it is to give that little bit of hope, that inspiration of what's possible and what is out there, because you can say it until you're blue in the face, but when it actually happens and you can show it, then it's real. Then that's when you believe it.
All I'm going to say, so Josephine has just put in the chat on YouTube, never too late, I found my diamond at 61. I love that, Josephine. One of my coaches, she found her diamond at 71, you know, or 72, I can't remember, but that's literally what she did. She called me up one day and she was like, you are not going to believe, don't get me wrong, she'd been married before, but she's now with her one, she's with her person. So to anybody out there that has found their person, or to you guys out there, do not try, just do. Just trust that you are somebody that can bring in and manifest everything that your heart desires, because
what we have done is proofs in the pudding.
I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. It's beautiful that my gorgeous man was able to join us today. I'm so lucky. And for those of you on Conscious Conversations, I will see you in about 52 minutes. Do you believe there is always the one if you want it? Do you believe there is always the one if you want it, guys? I don't know what you mean by that, but I believe that everybody has multiple different people that they could be with. It's about how much you are willing to evolve. Peter, my recommendation to you would be stop looking outside, go inside. Look what you need to do to get you to be your best version, so that whoever she is out there is going to come to you and really, really bond with your heart. Okay. I absolutely, a man has come into my life, but he keeps disappearing for days and not contacting me. I understand I have called this in, but what is it that I need to do? You've just answered your own question, Jane. You don't need me to tell you, my sweetheart.
The last two words.
You've nailed it, girl. You've nailed it. Anyway, I am going to, it's lovely to meet you too, Belle. That's amazing. It's lovely to have you on here, babe. Belle has an amazing, amazing crystal shop, and I will tag her in my stories, called Rebel, as in Rebel Crystals. So she's amazing. I met her at Winter Wonderland yesterday when we were going through this massive, beautiful processing journey. It's lovely to have you on here, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. And we will be back soon, ladies. Oh, it's really nice to see her on here. That's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much. About this dating agency, leave it with me, Charlene. 2024 is bringing it in, but there is also something else very special, isn't there, that's coming in 2024. We're going to save that for next time. Love you guys. Have a good one. Take care.